Hello, welcome back to Ruhoni Sewing. I am your host Ruth. Today we are going to have a tutorial on how to draft a blouse with a heart-shaped design. This blouse also have a sleeve with a flared design with ruffle details on the shoulder. I have linked the videos on how to draft front, back and sleeve block in the description box below. Without further delays, please let us start. Here are the materials needed in this tutorial. We have our 3 patterns: pattern for the sleeve, for the back and for the front. We also have our pattern paper, pair of scissors, we have our pins, we have our tape measure, rubber, pencil. We also have our 3 rulers, straight ruler, our square ruler, as well as our curved ruler. So now I have already pinned my pattern. I'm going to draw pattern for the front, back and for the sleeve, so that we are not going to destroy our original patterns. So start by tracing your patterns and make copy of all the 3 patterns which are needed. So here we have our 3 patterns ready. We have our back, our front and our sleeve pattern. Now let us start our tutorial. So we are going to make adjustment on the shoulder line as well as on the neckline depending on the style. So we are going to start with our front pattern. First thing, decide on the length of your shoulder. Measuring from the shoulder, I've decided that the length of this shoulder is going to be 3 inches. Put a mark, and then the depth of my neck is 5 inches. It can be higher or lower than that from your original neckline, and put a mark. This heart-shaped neckline is like a V neckline design. You see, if I draw a line, a straight line, this is a V style, but we are going to have a shape on the lower part of this neckline. Now with your square ruler, make a 90 degree on your shoulder line as you see here, and draw a line going downwards. This line is a bit slanted. Then take your tape measure and measure 5 inches down. You can either measure less than 5 or more than 5 depending on the design. So with your curved ruler, now connect this point to the point on the center front with a slightly curved line, depending on your desire or desire of your client, exactly how they want it to be very curved or not. You can even draw this curve freely by your hand if you don't have a curved ruler. So just as simple as that, our pattern is ready. You can cut on these lines now. But before that, you can add ease allowance on your neckline and then cut your pattern. Now carefully cut your pattern. Now let us make some adjustment on the back bodice pattern too. From the original neckline, measure 1 inch going down, put a mark, And as we did with our front, from the shoulder measure 3 inches and put a mark. Then take your square ruler and square from the center back. Draw a line going across. Then draw a perpendicular line from your shoulder line. This line helps while drawing your back neckline. So you can skip the previous step and go straight to this step. Now with your curved ruler, draw your back neckline as shown here. Now cut your pattern. So here are your patterns ready. You have your front and here is your back. So here is our sleeve. You can see it has no ease. Make sure your sleeve has no ease, and this is the entire length of our sleeve. So now let us divide our sleeve into equal parts. My width of this sleeve is 15 inches. So roughly we are going to divide it into 2.5 inches, but making sure that we cut the center line. So like I said, the width of this sleeve is 15 inches, and so we are going to divide roughly by 2.5 inches. We have the 2.5, the first 2.5, the second 2.5. Here we have more than 2.5 but differ a bit. We are going to leave it like that. Again 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, and this one is a bit more than 2.5 inches, but we are going to leave it like that. So now we are going to draw lines up to the end of the sleeve head. Draw straight lines as shown here. Now here is our pattern, roughly divided into 6 equal parts. Now we are going to cut through these lines up to the sleeve head. Now we are going to start to cut our pattern. Cut through the line that we've just drawn. All the way to the sleeve head, but not completely. So to clarify further, make sure that you cut the line and leave a very small space, like you see here. Now cut the rest of the lines. Just follow the lines, but make sure you don't cut through the sleeve head. So here is our sleeve. Now depending on how wide or flared you want your sleeve to be, you are going to measure the distance between these lines that you have just cut. Mine, I don't want it to be very flared, so I will leave a space of only 3/4 of an inch, and then using your sellotape, stick these 2 papers with that sellotape. The masking tape is better than the sellotape. Again, you move next to the next part, measure 3/4 of an inch. Then cut a piece of your sellotape and stick these two pieces. Then do the rest of the sleeve. Finish with the rest of your sleeve, leaving a distance of 3/4 of an inch. If you wish, at the center of your sleeve, you can leave more space compared to what you have left on your back or front side of your sleeve. Now gently let us pick up our sleeve and turn it upside down. To avoid your pattern sticking to your fabric or your table, put a piece of sellotape on top of the other piece. Do the same for the rest of the pieces of sellotape, and your pattern is ready. Now our patterns are ready. We have our front and our back pattern, and we have our sleeve. Please join me again on our next tutorial, where I'm going to show you how to sew this blouse design. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you in our next video.